We got off at the metro site, and oh my God, I looked to my left down toward the memorial, and it was just a sea of people. And you couldn't find an empty place all the way down to the Lincoln Memorial.
When I served in the Navy, women were not even allowed to vote.
There were tens upon tens of thousands of people there, all helping to give recognition to the immensity of what this memorial was and will be.
We are here today at Arlington Cemetery before this beautiful memorial on sacred ground to honor and pay tribute to the generations of American women who have served and are serving in our nation's armed forces.
It was so powerful, and there was nothing else to do but cry.
Thank you. America knows what you do and what you have done. Maybe it hasn't always been recognized in the past, but today we proclaim loudly and clearly, we recognize it, we're grateful for it, we say God bless you, and we will always thank you for helping to make our country what it is.
Well, I was sitting on the dais, and one of the things I had planned was for the military to bring the flags of the states and territories down that aisle. I have talked to some of the people who were carrying those flags, and they said it was one of the most unforgettable moments of their life because people were reaching out and touching those flags. It meant so much to them.
I am Captain Linda Bray. I stand for the women who served in Grenada, Panama, and the Gulf War.
It was overwhelming. It was a feeling of pride. It was a feeling of camaraderie to see so many women in one place. And to have them still wearing their hats or maybe their ribbons on their suit.
Because one of the things I had encouraged them to do was if you can't wear your uniform, wear whatever part of it fits. So some of them had on their hat. That's all they had. But they came.
Shortly, the doors of your memorial will be open. Let's go down and cut the ribbon.
There are so many memories of the dedication. And one of them is a quotation from an Army nurse that served in World War II. And to me, it epitomizes what this memorial is about. When she wrote, "Let the generations know that women in uniform also guaranteed our freedom, that our resolve was just as great as the brave men who stood among us. And with victory, our tears fell just as hard." And that's the mission of the memorial, to let the generations know that women in uniform also guaranteed their freedom.
I am and always have been a military police officer, and our mission in Iraq was to clear the main supply routes and make sure that the convoys and supplies got through our area of operation safely. And basically, if there was bad guys out there, we'd go out and find them. The events of March 20th will always be with me. There was going to be several convoys coming through that day, and we were following right behind them. And we just started hearing loud and close gunfire and explosions. So from the sounds of it, it was pretty serious. And then the semi stopped. And we saw that that they were in trouble and they needed help. And my squad leader was in the truck in front of me. As they turned the corner, their Humvee took a direct hit with an RPG. There was at least 50 insurgents out there in the field firing at the convoy, and they were just starting to shift their attention towards us. So we got out of our trucks and we just immediately began returning fire. I remember hitting the bullets whiz by and pinging off of the concrete and poofs of dust, you know, around my feet, and somehow I came out unscathed. And in the end, our gun trucks were riddled with bullets. 3 of our soldiers were seriously wounded from gunshots. When the smoke cleared and I walked up out of the trench, and there's one of my guys laying there, bleeding out, saying, "I can't feel my legs." It's a pretty sobering moment.